Well, how you doing, subscribers? How you doing, new viewers? I'm Ion Prime, and welcome to a new week. Got a good list of stories to talk about for today, including Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. They revealed their final characters before launch, and a beta test as well, which would be really cool. And I'll take a look too at a Nintendo summer sale that is going on right now. Got some good discounts, including a big first-party title from Nintendo is on sale right now. But we'll go over that later in this video. And we'll also be looking at the end of this video some of the NES launch titles that I have in my collection. Obviously, I don't have them all, obviously, but I'm going to talk about, well, three that I have, and technically a fourth and fifth, but anyway, we'll go over that at the end of this video too. So first up, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls comes out on August 6th. Definitely very excited for this game. Now, once again, I'm no good at fighting games, but I do enjoy playing them, and as I read more about Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, I'm getting more excited for this one, especially that single-player mode that'll be a part of it. I do enjoy the single-player modes in like Mortal Kombat, like in a Street Fighter. I do enjoy those, and I think I'm going to enjoy this one that's in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. And got some new characters that were revealed over the weekend. Blade, Loki, and Deadpool will be a part of the 20 characters at release. They've showed off the new Asgard stage as well. They'll be a part of the game, so should be a lot of fun. I think that there's a good group of characters in it. It's 20 to start out, and there's a good mix of, well, familiar characters, but also some deep cut characters in there as well. And the open beta, they didn't announce this. It will be happening on July 24th and July 24th through the 26th. So that should be a lot of fun. Now that was all the details that they gave about the open beta. So obviously we won't know like what stages we'll get to play, how many characters we'll get to choose from, but all those details will be coming at a later date. So again, open beta, the very first one for Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls coming up July 24th through the 26th. And I'm going to try to get in on this beta. Again, if we happen to meet online playing this game, you will probably wipe the floor with me. But still, I have a lot of fun with fighting games, just playing them. I just like playing them in general. All right, CD Projekt, they got a name change that will be coming to the company. Now, CD Projekt, they started back in 1994. They started as a distribution company, and actually CD Projekt Red was their very first studio. And now they will actually be known just simply as CD Projekt Red, because I know there's been confusion when people talk about the company, because they'll mention CD Projekt and they'll say CD Projekt Red, and well, isn't that the same thing? Well, technically it wasn't, but now they'll just be known strictly as CD Projekt Red. Now in total they have 5 studios. They have one in Warsaw, they have 2 studios in Poland, they have a studio in Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada, and they also have a studio in Boston, Massachusetts. Cyberpunk 2077 definitely going very strong right now for CD Projekt Red, and it had a very, very rough start though, but they've done a lot to improve that game. Witcher 4 is in development right now from CD Projekt Red, so got some good projects there. But you know what's really cool about this is that nothing else is changing. There's no layoffs, which is really cool. There's no closures, which is also really awesome. It's just a simple change of the name for CD Projekt, now known as CD Projekt Red. Well, Nintendo, they got a big summer sale going on right now on the eShop. And again, this is for digital copies of their games. And, well, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom, you can get a double pack for $55.98. So that's both games for just under $60. And then if you got a Switch 2 and want to make the upgrade, you can get that upgrade for $13.99. So yeah, not too bad, 56 and 14, so you can get both games plus the Switch 2 upgrade for $60. That is a really, really good deal. But then you got Hades is on sale for $7.49 right now. Hades 2 is on sale for $20.99. Red Dead Redemption for both the Switch and the Switch 2 is at $24.99. Marvel Cosmic Invasion, that's $22.49. And then the Marvel Maximum Collection. This was just recently released from Limited Run Games. This has X-Men from the arcade is on there, Captain America and the Avengers arcade game, plus the NES version, a couple other versions is available on this, Silver Surfer. So a good collection of games, several Spider-Man games on there as well, but a good collection of games. You want to pick that collection up, it's only $21 right now. But there's some other great deals in that Nintendo Summer Sale on their eShop, so stop by there and check it out. And finally, going to take a look at this day in video game history. And this is when Sony made, I would have to say, one of their best studio purchases, and that would be for Housemarque. They did that 5 years ago today, released the very excellent Returnal, released the highly rated Soros. Both of those came out on a PlayStation 5. And also, just another thing, I wanted to say a big happy birthday to Matthew Mercer. He voiced Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 6, Ganondorf in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Vincent Valentine in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Revelation. He's got a ton of other credits to his voice acting career, whether that be in anime or other games. But yeah, definitely a happy birthday going out to Matthew Mercer, turning 45 today. Happy birthday, dude. All right, so I'm going to take a look now at some of the NES launch titles that I have in my collection. Now, a total, at least here in North America, there were 17 what they called the black box titles that released with the Nintendo Entertainment System originally. And one of those, which I had a lot of fun with, was Kung Fu. Yeah, it can be a little repetitive, but Kung Fu is definitely a fun and a challenging game to play on the NES. But definitely enjoyed my time playing through Kung Fu. I never owned this when I was a kid, but I did rent it several times from local stores and be able to get to play that. So cool that I do have this in my collection now. Next up, and I need to look for a better label copy of this, but definitely enjoyed my time with Hogan's Alley. I know my copy there is kind of ripped, but you can see it's Hogan's Alley. Got the manual for Hogan's Alley as well. But Hogan's Alley, really, really fun shooter game with the zapper on the NES. And love that hit the third stage on there where you had the can, and you had to shoot the can to get it on the different piers to get the different scores. That was a lot of fun playing that third level of Hogan's Alley. But Hogan's Alley, one of the launch titles for the NES. Again, I need to find a better label copy of this, but yeah, a lot of fun having Hogan's Alley and having that in my collection. Next up, as far as one of the launch titles for the NES, and man, a fantastic game. I put a ton of time into this game. It was really unfortunate that you couldn't save the tracks that you made, but that would be Excite Bike, one of the launch titles on the NES. So much fun I had with Excite Bike. Again, I would build the levels, but you couldn't save them at that time. But it was a lot of fun building those different levels, racing through them. But just going through the different tracks that were already pre-built for the game, a lot of fun playing Excite Bike. But one of the release titles that I have in my collection. Now, technically, this one, it was not a release title, and I get that. I understand that from a purist perspective. But these two games were launch titles for the NES. But this is obviously the dual pack that you would get a lot with those the set later on in the life cycle. But Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, they were both launch titles for the Nintendo Entertainment System, obviously as separate games. So obviously you didn't get this dual pack like you get with this, again, for the purists that are looking at this. But these two games were launch titles for the Nintendo Entertainment System. We all know how Super Mario Brothers, you can almost say that Super Mario Brothers single-handedly brought the video game industry back to life after the crash of the 80s. But again, just a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun with Super Mario Brothers, a lot of fun with Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt, especially the third level, just like in Hogan's Alley, had that third level is a little different, where you could shoot the clay pigeons in Duck Hunt. So that was a lot of fun. But definitely enjoyed my time with these launch titles. And I need to look and see if I can maybe get a full collection of the launch titles for the NES. I don't think they're super expensive. Let me see, I did pick up this list. So you got, Duck Hunt, Excite Bike, Ice Climber shouldn't be too expensive, 10-Yard Fight, this should be easy to find, Baseball, Clue Land, Golf, Gyromite, Hogan's Alley, Pinball, Stack Up, Tennis, Wild Gunman, Wrecking Crew, and Soccer. Those were the 17 games that were available at launch for the NES. So I'm difficult, if I ever get to another convention here soon, take a look at those and see what I can find there. Just look online, I'm sure I can find those. Well, folks, I'm Ion Prime. You know what to do. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you don't. Anything that I've talked about today, I got my sources for that. I have that all down in the description below, so you can stop by those sources and check out more details on that. If you are new to the channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber, love to have you as a follower. Thank you so much to everyone that has done that early on in my video making career. Thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate that. If you want to talk about anything that I've talked about today, do that in the comments down below. Love to see your comments as well. And yeah, that should do it for today. Keep your controllers charged, my friends, and I'll be back tomorrow with some more gaming news. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it.